Let's talk about 5 safe exercises that you can do to help strengthen and maintain your pelvic health. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nabila Noor, board certified and fellowship trained urogynecologist and a pelvic reconstructive surgeon. Welcome back to the channel. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and share it with a friend. Here we talk about everything pelvic health and how to make it better every day. Number 1, pelvic floor exercises or kegels. So kegels essentially forms the basis or the foundation of pelvic floor exercises because they help strengthen our pelvic floor muscles so that the pelvic floor muscles can then better support organs such as the uterus, the bladder, the rectum, the intestines. So how do you do kegels correctly? So I usually tell my patients it's a 3-step process. The first one is contract your pelvic floor muscles. Number 2 is hold. And number 3 is relax. So you're contracting your pelvic floor muscles, you're holding it for a few seconds, and then you're relaxing. And all these 3 components are very important. When you're first starting, better to start doing them either by sitting down or laying on your back. I prefer laying on your back primarily because you want to make sure you're engaging your pelvic floor muscles and not your ab muscles or your glute muscles or your thigh muscles. And it's much easier to understand that when you start doing these exercises laying down. So I usually tell patients, lay on your back with a flat back, put one hand on your belly to make sure your ab muscles are not tightening when you're engaging the pelvic floor, and also to make sure that your hip muscles are not pushing up to lift your pelvis off the bed. So then the way you engage the pelvic floor muscle is to imagine you're trying to hold urine midstream. So the way you tighten those muscles to squeeze to hold that urine, that's engaging your pelvic floor muscles. Another example that I give patients is to imagine that you're about to pass gas, but you're really tightening those muscles around the rectum or the anal area to help hold the gas in. So again, those are the pelvic floor muscles that you're trying to engage. So essentially you're going to do contract, hold, and then relax. I usually recommend 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions spread throughout the day. Again, when you first start, you should do it laying down, but as you get better, as you get more comfortable engaging the correct muscles, you can do it throughout the day anytime. For example, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're driving, when you're at work, typing, whatever makes it easier for you. The money is in the repetition and doing them correctly. Having a strong core is essential to improving the strength of your pelvis. 2 of my favorite exercises to strengthen your core without putting a lot of pressure on your pelvic floor muscles are bridges as well as planks. When you do bridges, you start by laying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. You're going to squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up from the floor and point towards the ceiling. You're going to hold that position for a few seconds, and then afterwards continue to do about 10 to 12 repetitions, the whole time engaging your pelvic floor muscles as you're lifting up. For planks, you can start on your hand and knees, making sure your hands are right underneath your arms. Engage your core and lift the knees off the floor and holding your body in a straight line for a few seconds. Repeat these for 2 to 3 sets. Both these exercises are very easy. You can do them anywhere, anytime. And again, these are great exercises to strengthen your core without putting too much pressure on your pelvic floor. While high impact exercises like jumping and running can put a lot of pressure on your pelvic floor muscles, choosing low impact alternatives like walking, cycling, or even swimming can be a great alternative to this because it still helps give you a good cardio, strengthening your whole body while being gentle on the pelvic floor. Number 4, modified squats. Squats are a fantastic way to strengthen your lower body, but you have to do them correctly to make sure you're protecting and engaging your pelvic floor correctly. So how to do a modified squat correctly? First, you stand with your feet shoulder width apart and make sure your knees don't extend past the toes when you squat down. Keep your chest lifted, engage your core, and slowly lower your hips down as if you're sitting down on a chair. Then push through your heels and stand up. Perform 10 to 12 reps with slow, controlled breathing. Again, modified squats help strengthen your thighs, your glutes, without putting too much pressure on your pelvic floor. So they're a great alternative to strengthen your lower body. And finally, number 5, avoid high-impact exercises, especially if you're suffering with things like pelvic organ prolapse or stress urinary incontinence. Instead, focus on more low-impact alternatives so that you still get the cardiovascular benefits without causing a havoc on your pelvic floor muscles. Focusing on pelvic floor exercises, core strengthening, low-impact exercises, and proper techniques, you can engage your pelvic floor while continuing to strengthen your overall body. You can maintain a healthy pelvic floor while also making the rest of your body strong. Now remember, at any point, if any of these exercises causes you discomfort, always remember to slow down, and if needed, stop and consult with a pelvic floor specialist or a urogynecologist to talk about your particular situation. Hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.